Good morning, everyone. It's Karen Orser here with the Calgary and Area Child Advocacy Center. I'm here today with another conversation with one of our team members. Last week, we had the opportunity to talk to Carolee Gonti, who's our education coordinator, and she talked with us about her role and also about recognizing and reporting abuse from a distance. And then we also had the opportunity to chat with Carrie Sanders, who's our practice specialist here at the CCAC, and learn a little bit more about what a child advocacy center is and what integrated practice means for us here at the center. And today I'm joined by our very special guest, Dr. Sarah MacDonald, and Axel, as you can see at the bottom of your screen. Good morning, Sarah. Thank you so much for being with us today and being willing to jump on this call with me. Sarah is our forensic interview specialist here, and so today she's going to talk to us about what her role is and also about her special partner, Axel. So we'll jump right in. Sarah, can you tell us a little bit about what your role is at the Advocacy Center?
Yeah, Karen, thank you so much for having us here to chat with you today. So like you said, I'm a forensic interview specialist at the CAC, and my job, I do a lot of teaching and training, but probably the biggest part of my role is that I conduct interviews with children and youth who have been abused. So I conduct these interviews on request for members of the RCMP, of Calgary Police Service, Children's Services in the province, as well as other police organizations in Southern Alberta. And I'm very fortunate to have a special partner, Axel, who you can kind of see here in the screen, and he helps me a great deal in my job. I was matched with Axel in 2017 in June, so we've been a partnership for almost 3 years now. And so just to explain a little bit more, it is important to note that the forensic interviewing of children and youth is a critical part of the investigation of any child abuse case. A forensic interview is a developmentally sensitive and legally sound method of obtaining evidence that's necessary for charging and prosecuting criminal offenses. And while, of course, during these interviews, Karen, we are looking to get as much information as possible to learn about things that have happened to children, we also at the same time really strive to reduce any kind of negative impact or traumatic impact on the child. And that's really where Axel comes into play.
Okay. Can you tell us, what is special about dogs who work with professionals in the justice system?
Yes, so these dogs are very special. Axel and his other colleagues that work in the criminal justice system, they're classified as facility dogs. And so Axel has come from a wonderful organization in Edmonton called Dogs with Wings. And Dogs with Wings is accredited by Assistance Dogs International, or ADI. Now, ADI is an international organization that sets the standards and expectations for assistance dogs all around the world. And so Axel has spent the whole first 2 years of his life receiving very intensive training. And each dog is always selected very carefully for their role. And there's different factors that kind of play into that. And so, for example, the professionals at Dogs with Wings are looking at things like the dog's temperament, their stress resilience, and the way that they react to stressors in the environment. So Axel was selected very strategically for his role to work as a facility dog. And so very early on, they identified that he is a cuddler. He loves to be with people. He really enjoys interacting with children and youth, and he's just a wonderful fit for the role that he's in here at the Child Advocacy Center.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit about what a forensic interview looks like with a facility dog?
Yes, absolutely. So Axel's job is really to help make kids feel a little bit more safe and a little bit more comfortable during the forensic interview. And so in order to accomplish that, we do have a very special room just for Axel. And there is also another facility dog at our center named Webster. Yeah. And we have this special room that has a very nice couch, and children are invited to sit on the couch. And what Axel will do is he will sit beside them, he will rest his head in their lap. And so Throughout the duration of the interview, Axel will stay very still. He's there to comfort the child, and the child can pet him as much as they want to. And in most cases, Axel will fall asleep very quickly, and many times he actually ends up snoring, which is always captured on audio video.
Sarah, can you talk a little bit about the benefits of inviting a facility dog to participate in a forensic interview?
Yes, absolutely. So forensic interviews really involve questioning children and youth about very detailed information. And oftentimes that information is a very sensitive nature. And so as interviewers, we can certainly provide social support to children in some ways, but facility dogs are able to provide unconditional acceptance and support, including touch, that as people we just can't provide in the interview room. And I've had the opportunity to see Axel have this amazing grounding and calming effect on children, especially if they happen to be having a difficult time in the interview. He really does a beautiful job helping to support them. And something that's really exciting is that there's some great research supporting these kinds of effects. And there's one specific study from the United States where researchers found that when children were accompanied by a service-trained facility dog in forensic interviews, they actually exhibited a significant decrease in their heart rate as well as in their blood pressure. And so these findings are really important because they suggest that just the mere presence of a facility dog has a significant stress-reducing effect on children while they take part in these kinds of interviews. And this is really important, reducing the child's stress, building rapport, and gaining cooperation and trust from the child. These are all really important factors. And ultimately, they set the stage for a successful interview. And then at the end of the day, we're able to help do our best to ensure that we keep kids safe and that ultimately we can achieve the best possible evidence.
Well, thank you so much for being here this morning, and thank you, Axel. You and Axel are just a huge and critically important part of our team, and I know that your work and your partnership is valued so much by all of our partners, but also I have just seen and heard about the big difference that it makes for kids and families. So thanks for being here this morning, and have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you so much,
Thanks,
Karen.
Sarah.
Thank you.